Hey everyone, David Nagel here. Today I'm taking you inside the universal law of rhythm. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you the definition, real-world examples of how you can use this law to benefit your life, and so much more. Make sure to subscribe and comment down below what your biggest takeaway is. Let's get into it. How does the law of rhythm help us navigate our life, and how can we use it as a way to think to make life better in almost every situation? Well, let's think about it for a moment. Everything operates on the law of rhythm. Good times, bad times. If we think about the idea that sometimes life is great and sometimes life is down, we understand that these are normal flows and rhythms of life. We understand that the moon is very much in control of the tide going out and the tide coming in. We know that our bodily functions happen on very basic but also very tight and controlled rhythms. We understand that life itself is based on certain rhythms. We understand that it's very important in music, it's important in harmonics, it's important in the way we build and understand machinery and computers and electronics. It's also extremely important in the understanding of how to balance out the consistent inflow of money in a business. If you understand that there's times when the rhythm or the natural cycle of a business is taking a downturn, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, it just means that it's in a down cycle or a down rhythm. You could then create or build upcycle rhythms during a down cycle where you could bring money in where normally you wouldn't have money coming in. It's very important because what is it actually doing to understand this? It's teaching us a very specific way to think so that we can work with this law instead of living a life where we feel we're just affected by it. If we understand that because something is in a down rhythm, we may have to go without something, or we may have to change the way that we're living. We may have to hold tight to, say, different resources in our life because we're in a different cycle of rhythm. Think about winter for a moment. In winter, most places of the world, we're in a bit of a shortage. Crops aren't growing, things are not green and lush. But we don't panic and freak out because we understand that it is a rhythm of nature and that at some point it's going to start growing again. But because we understand that law, it allows us to save, hold on to, retain, and learn how to preserve foodstuffs during that down cycle so that we don't starve to death. It also allows us to be able to build alternate ways of doing business when natural cycles may have us in a down cycle or a cycle where money's not actually coming into our business. But it does something, especially now in our world, that we need to remember. It can help us literally control the way that we think and the way that we feel. Life itself and all of history, if we really pay attention, goes through rhythms. It goes through natural rhythms. That means there are times in history where things are great, and there's times in history where things can be really tough, down and out bad. If we understand that all life operates by a rhythm, during these down times, we can remember that it's a rhythm, and just as it went down, it will come back up. That allows us to focus our idea of hope and aspiration and inspiration in the right direction. So it's not something that's permanent when things go bad. It's just a natural down cycle, and it will come back up again, and things will be good. Things get bad, things get good. Things go out, things come in. It is the natural cycle of the universe, and we know it as the law of rhythm. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you would like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my upcoming Universal Law videos. I challenge you while waiting for the next video to implement this law into your life and let me know the results in the comments. See you again really soon.